Regan Slaymaker for Not Just Boxing, and I have the pleasure to be joined by head trainer. What is the name of this gym? Is it
Elite Boxing and Performance Centre.
The head trainer of the Elite Boxing and Performance Centre, Will Jones. Will, it's a pleasure to be in the new gym today, mate. Thank you for letting me come in there. But I mean, what's it like? How's life been since the move down here, mate?
Stress, but it's refreshing being in a new gym. It's the change we needed. It's me and my partner Bill. Like you say, I'm head trainer. I'm head pro trainer. Bill's probably like the daddy of the gym because that geezer does everything. He works a full-time job. Comes here, does the amateurs, the white collars. He does everything, and still gets time to make me a cup of tea when I'm here as well. It's two of us here. We came out of our old gym, tried something new. When we first got this place, this was a carpentry warehouse, and you wouldn't believe for a second it could be turned into a gym. But we did it with the help from our friend, little sponsor LJH Contractors. They helped us out and massively turned it around, and with the help from Empire as well, they got us the bags and kitted the gym out with us. And people like Andy from FTTV got us, helped us get the rings and that. So like people in the community all helped, and this is it. We've got the Elite Boxing and Performance Centre now, so we're happy.
Definitely, mate. As well, obviously you were formerly at the Edge Gym in Romford, obviously not too far away from here, but I mean, speaking first hand here, you've got a lot more space now, and it's more catered to your gym, if that makes sense. It's your own space now as well.
This is our own place. Like this is our home. There's no one. The old gym, I guess, we was all pulling in different directions, but now we're all working together as one. We're getting the S&C section built now. As you've seen, all the weights have just been dropped off for it. So we're just developing and building our gym as much as we can. We're reaching out to the community, working with them as well, starting a run club down one of the cafes down the road, Brick Lane Bagel. We're doing a run club with them and just reaching out and building our reputation in the community in the gym. So it's coming along really well.
Definitely as well, and I'll put any links in there, obviously, the community down Collier Road in Romford. Get everyone down the gym. It's only 40 minutes around from my house. I mean, you might see me there, you might not. But also, we'll get into the fight as well. I mean, where else to start than Atomic Tom Welland? I mean, I think you're tired of hearing his voice, people talking to you about him, but I mean, 2 fights already this year. I mean, I was ringside for that fight against Michael Ramabellista. I don't think that fight could have gone any better. Then another stoppage win in Brighton as well. You must be buzzing with Tom's progression. I feel like we're having the same conversation every time I speak to you about it.
It's a conversation I have with everyone, really. Like, his progression as a pro has been unreal. Listen, Tom was murder to train. Like, you train with Tom in the morning, or he'd spar here in the morning. He'd love to go up the road and have a spar, or he'd go up the road, have a spar, and then come here. That's when I first got him. I just go, Tom, you don't need to spar all the time, but all he wants to do is get better. So you can't knock that mindset. But then once we start slowing him down, develop his timing, power, and all that, Tom's taking it all on board. He's got amazing boxing IQ, and he's really coming along to be a really good, fine young man as well as a good pro. And Tom will go far in the sport, I'm 100% certain, and I think the last 2 fights especially have shown his maturity, with breaking an opponent down for a few rounds and then going for the kill. The last one, I feel like Tom was a little bit emotional because the opponent's disrespect, coming 12 pounds heavier.
Yeah, I want to ask you about this. Obviously, Tom's featherweight, super featherweight. No,
super bantam.
Super bantam or featherweight, right? He weighed in at 140, didn't he? That opponent?
Yeah. So this guy turned up.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? Like at some point, it does become a bit.
I didn't believe. I looked at the scale and I was like, what? And then this said to me, he said, "What the hell's that?" And I went, "What is that?" And the guy got on the scales and went to walk off. I went stay there. Stay there because we're going to come over and sort this out. Tom got on the scales, weighed in correctly, just as he needed to, and listen, we got the weight off. He still was a bit heavy, so we had to talk to the British Border Control. Dennis Gilmartin said, "Listen, if you're happy and you agree to the weight, I'll pass it." He passed it, and it got to Tom a bit. I feel like it got to Tom, but he did the job in good fashion. On the night, I sensed Tom's frustration, but watching the fight back, clean, good work, and got the stoppage just as he needed to. And all that boy does is listen. He takes in everything we do in here, all the work that goes into him, me, Danny Stevens, his S&C coach, his nutritionist, his family, friends, everyone that gives him that bit of advice, he absorbs it like a sponge and it comes out on fight night.
Definitely as well. I think that was clear to see, especially ringside, where the top tier shows are so good because Johnny does put all the media so close to the action. I think you could hear you were saying something. Tom was doing it, instinctively as well. It was excellent to see as well. Is Tom ready to go now? Is it? Could it be titles next, or is it a case of one more then let him off the leash?
Being Tom's coach, I want to develop him as much as possible before we do let him off on the leash. But he is ready. But I'm his coach, and I just want a few more little tests and just that little bit more, then let that leash off. Do you know what I mean? So you just got to be smart with it, because bad decisions can ruin kids' careers. And Tom is still a young man. He's 20 years old. He's a baby still in this sport. I know he's 8-0 and had a fantastic first year, but he's still a baby. So slow and steady wins the race for him. That boy is a world champion, but let's take our time doing it.
He definitely is as well. And I mean, if you haven't watched any of Tom's fights, where have you been? And also, it's fight week, Will.
Yeah.
Kevin Revell and Laura Payne. I mean, two recent additions to the stable.
Kev's come back. Kev's been with me before.
Okay.
Didn't quite work before. I think I was too eager as a young coach to push Kev. Kev wasn't as fixated as he is now. And then when he come back, it's just gelled really well. Sadly, got a cut in his last fight. They had to stop the fight, called a draw. But Kev was just really rallying in that fight, and I think we'd have turned that fight to his own and made a massive mark on that. And been a great opponent to beat. So Kev's back out. He's got Grant Dennis. They've got a bit of a love-hate relationship there. One minute they're nice to each other, next minute they're horrible to each other.
That's I liked watching some of the top tier stuff Johnny's been putting out, because one minute they're like really complimentary to each other, next minute they want to rip each other's heads off, which I suppose is what we want in a fight, isn't it?
Exactly. But listen, you can't knock it because it sells. So it's going to be a good fight. I think Kev's in the best shape I've seen him in. Sparred well today, really good and sharp, and we're ready for the weekend with him. And then we've got Laura. This is Laura's debut with me. She's 7-0, and Laura's got every making of a female world champion. Absolutely every making. I really do believe. I believe she's a little female Tom Welland. She just needs little tweaks here and there, and she's going to be something. And now she's with me. We're going to watch her and nurture her career the best we can to navigate her to world title. And I think she could be something, Laura. I really do.
Definitely as well, and get yourself down to York Hall on Sunday, not Saturday.
Yeah,
Sunday, because Johnny...
On Mother's Day. If you don't like your mum, get down to York Hall.
Shout out Johnny Clark every single time. And also a couple of fighters who I do want to talk about, obviously, in the gym today. Thomas Galbraith was in the gym, obviously, sparring Kevin, but also Shiloh De Freitas.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember watching him on a few Matchroom shows a few years back. What a fighter you've got on your hands there, Will.
Yeah, Shiloh's... me and Shiloh have been speaking for a few weeks now. Me, him and his manager. And Shiloh's an amazing talent. I noticed Shiloh when I took my boy Sonny down to spar Conor Ben a few years ago, and Shiloh came. And, he's an unbelievable talent. You get that boy right, you've got a champion in the making there as well. Super lightweight. He can really do something. He's just needs to get momentum in his career now, pushed in the right direction. He's going to be fighting end of May, and then just navigate him correctly. His manager's doing an amazing job with him already. He had an outing the end of last year, so just keep him busy now, keep him in the gym, get him right, and you'll see Shiloh either on Queensbury or Matchroom in no time. Definitely,
for sure, and I look forward to seeing Shiloh back in the ring as well. A couple of fighters who people might not know about will start off with Arjun Bassi.
Yeah.
I mean, watched him in the gym today. He's looking sharp as anything. But and you also said you were introduced to him by Cameron Shiraz. If you don't know, Hamza Shiraz's dad. Who shout out Cameron every single time.
Cameron's a good man.
And the Shiraz family as well. But I mean, what a fight you've got in your hands with Arjun Bassi as well.
Yeah, starting from Cameron, I've got a good relationship with Cameron because I trained Hamza for 2 fights and we worked well together. The opportunity was there to go to America with him, but I had a gym to look after, so I couldn't go. So the relationship stays strong. Cameron always reaches out to how they're doing, how's the stable going, this, that and the other. And so he's reached out and said, Will, there's a good guy I know, he's with Jumbo and Jag. Anyone in the amateurs know Jumbo and Jag are Fairburn guys, so reached out to him. Arjun come down, had a little train up, got talking to his uncles and cousins, and he's now turned over, he's got his licence, and we're hoping to get him out end of May again, end of May as well. So he's a good talent, very, very, very strong puncher, just got to get him sitting on that pro style, and you've got something there. I really like Arjun, and he's a good, strong-minded young man as well.
Definitely as well. And then talk about Frank Senior as well. Yeah. I mean, I remember all this time. Every time I've seen you said Frank Senior, look out for him. Have we got any news on a potential debut, Will?
Lee said June. Lee Eaton said June on a card, so we'll just look for that. But I swear blind, this kid's going to be unbelievable. Not only is he going to be an unbelievable talent, but that everyone loves his character. He is one of the stupidest but funniest people I've ever met. But he's one of life's good people, and I've got a very close bond with him as well. And he's like my baby Frank, and I think we're going to see a good long career with him, and you're going to see him with British titles, definitely.
Definitely. I remember interviewing him at the Top Tier show for the first time, and he wasn't holding the microphone like this. He was holding the microphone like this, as if he was a battle rapper, which was hilarious. I mean, he didn't rap for me.
He does that, and his attention span, he's like a goldfish. He's just looking around the room and all that. He's all over the show.
I mean, I won't talk about that. Sometimes I'm like that, in fairness as well. And then the last few fighters I want to talk about: Sidem Amar, not in the gym today, and then Kate McLaren also back in the gym. I mean, two fighters who you speak very highly of as well.
Yeah. Listen, Sidem's got every making of a women's title holder. I'd like to see Sidem in a test next with one of the British prospects. You know what I mean? I'd like to see her with one of them. Even like someone like Kirsty Babington for Sidem be a good fight, because Kirsty Babington's proven she's a good fighter.
Two-time European champion.
Exactly that. Someone like her would be good. April Hunter, someone like that. People like them be good fights. Someone like that for Sidem next. Hopefully we'll get some news on her soon. And Kate McLaren, well, I don't know if Kate's told you, but she had an Australian licence, we've gone down a British boxing border control licence just to reduce a bit of fees, easy to get fights. The organisations don't talk to each other greatly, so you're always the go-between when you're trying to do something. I manage Kate now as well, so we're going to just push her career in the right direction. She come over, baby steps. She's developing nicely, a lot to learn, developing nicely. I like Kate as well, because she's a real professional and real goes for it, so we can do something with her.
For sure as well. I mean, it's exciting times for the Will Jones stable as well. Yeah. I mean, I do want to get your thoughts on a few upcoming fights, if that's okay, Will, because I like to pick your brains about certain things. First one, I mean, the big one, I don't know if we've got any eggs at hand, but I do want to talk about Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. I mean, I get more and more excited for this fight as the day goes on. I mean, how do you kind of, firsthand, as a boxing fan first, how are you looking at this fight?
The history is the history that sells this fight, of the dads and then the boys. Chris Eubank's a marketing genius with the egg, unbelievable. Listen, I'm pretty sure there's no real malice behind it, but they got everyone talking about it. My group chats went off, so everyone's talking about it. What happens in the fight? I don't think Conor, in brutal honesty, I don't think Conor realises what difference the weight's going to make. Sadly, because I know it's an amazing fight, but Eubank has been elite, not in just the country but the world. He's been there, been at the top end, and I just think he's going to be a good night's work for Chris Eubank. As much as I'd love to see Conor do it, I just don't think he's going to adjust to the weight jump that well.
If I'm going to flip your answer on its head, then if you're Tony, you're Tony Sims, if you're in the team Conor corner, what are you, from first hand, I know you haven't studied Chris Eubank Jr., but what are you wanting your fighter to do in there against Eubank Jr.?
I would move, keep light on the feet, try and offset Chris, work the body early. If anything, try and slow him down best we can. Don't try and get into a war with him, or it's not going to happen. And don't let Chris get rhythm, because Chris can pick anyone off with that lead hand. He's got a very good lead hand and he feints well. But I would just try and get Chris unsettled as much as possible, and then try and get him on the later rounds. But we'll see. I can't really comment, because I haven't seen much of Conor lately either. So I could be completely wrong, and he's adjusted well to the jump of the weight. Do you know what I mean? So you can't really comment. It's hard.
No, definitely as well. I mean, it's a great fight, April 26th at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. The second one as well, I want to pick your brains on Canelo Crawford, because I want to speak to a trainer about this, because from the outside looking in, we're talking about weight jumps there. That seems a bit too much for me for Crawford. As great as he is, and he's top 3 pound for pound. I mean, some people's top 1. I thought he wasn't as dominant as people thought he was going to be against Israel Madrimov. Surely that weight jump's going to be too much. But what's your opinions on that fight?
Crawford will. It's just the weight jumps is just as big, but the level of Crawford makes up for the weight jump. I think Crawford's elite, probably one of the best there has ever been. He can stay in there with Canelo. I don't think it's going to be something he's going to regret. I think he can get the feet moving. I think he can feint his way out of problems. I think he can get that lead hand going. Canelo does effectively try and break you down and get you later in the rounds. He has a game plan. He gives away a few rounds early, but I don't think he'll be able to do that with Crawford. I think Crawford might be a little bit too cute. You never know. It'll be a closer fight than a lot of people think. I do think it's going to be It's not going to. I don't think this fight's going to blow anyone away. I don't think it's going to be the most exciting fight ever. The build-up will, and like the names will, but I don't think this fight's going to be the most amazing fight you'll watch.
So, what if I edge? Are you going to? From what you're saying there, correct me if I'm wrong, Will. You're edging towards a Crawford decision.
Point decision, yeah.
Do you think in a I don't want to say lackluster because it'll be a very technical affair. We all love watching it, but the fans won't. Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah, that's what I think. It'll be a very a proper chess match. Won't be like a normal Canelo fight you'll see. You know what I'm saying? Canelo will miss a lot, be frustrating, trying to cut the ring a lot, but Crawford's just that little bit too cute for that and too smart because he's elite. He can do it. Definitely.
I mean, it's a fascinating fight, and I look for. I think September, but obviously Canelo's got that fight in a.
Skull first, hasn't
he? He has. Do you know much about Williams? No, neither do I. We'll tune in. I'm sure we'll see it. I think 4 a.m. UK time, which is not going to be.
I'm normally up running then anyway, so I'll do it.
Will Jones is up doing everything as well. And I'm going to throw this in. I haven't got this written down, but we were just talking about prospects in the UK. I mean, you've got Tom Welland in this gym. You've got a lot of fighters in this gym, but I mean, prospects coming through. Who do you like watching, Will? Which ones, like, unless you're watching Tom Welland back on record, but like who do you like watching?
Giorgio Vizioli is 100% going to be a world champion. I am absolutely certain. That guy is special. Obviously he's a sparring partner of Tom's, but that guy is very, very exceptional. He's going to be special. Lidard, Sainz all day long. Like they're going to be very good. There's a few out there. Listen, I think who's come through now? There's a girl in here actually working with us, Liz Cousins. That girl, I think this programme's going to be suited to her. She's here with her dad, but she trains with us as well, and the programme's very much suited to her. I think you're going to see something in Liz Cousins in a few fights. So yeah, like Vizioli, Sainz and Lidard, and Liz Cousins. Laura Payne, 7-0, not up and coming no more, but I'd like to see her tested. I'd like to see her and Maisie have a fight, to be honest. It'd be quite interesting. I'm not going to stir the pot, but I'd like to see Laura and Maisie have a fight.
Neither will I, but I feel like you take the Laura Payne side and I'll take the Maze Rose Courtney side, and I'm saying that very aware that Laura Payne is stood over there. But yeah, we'll have a little wager on that. No, you can't bet, can you?
No, I can't bet.
No. A round of drinks. Drinks. But Will, I mean, I'll leave it there. But any final words? So I mean, the fans who are eagerly anticipating the next member of the Will Jones stable to enter the ring, mate.
There's going to be some news coming soon about new members of the gym, new pros, and just listen, get down to the gym, come down and see what community we've built down there. Like, we're in Collier Row, we're doing well down there. Bill works his arse off, so just do it to make Bill smile. To be honest, bring some tea bags and you've got him. But I appreciate the interview, and I'll just get down and check the gym out.
I'll make sure to bring my PG tips next time. Will Jones is always a star. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.